Mr. Chairman, thank you for this, and special thanks to Senator Collins, who has led this effort. Today, President Obama is speaking at the University of Kansas. He will be likely expanding upon many of his proposals that he outlined earlier this week in his State of the Union address. Now, I am a very strong supporter of free speech, and it's certainly an honor for the University of Kansas to host the President of the United States. The University of Kansas is a great Kansas institution known for our academics and for basketball. Maybe the President will get a full court press, who knows. And I know he will get a very warm Jayhawk reception. I'm glad the President has chosen to visit my state because I believe we offer a good dose of Kansas common sense. That said, in the case of Obamacare's 30-hour work week, we might also offer a cautionary tale. The university announced last summer they have reduced undergraduate student employment hours from 30 hours a week to 20 hours a week and capped the graduate student hours at no more than 20 hours per week as a result of the new 30-hour rule. Now, that's 5,000 students. Elizabeth Melton, a senior out there, works at the KU Ensigns Library 25 hours a week. With the cutback, she's going to have to take out more student loans. I will leave her quote for the record. And then we have Rachel Prather, who said, I can't really imagine how I'm going to buy groceries on 20 hours less a week, and was working for the university. These are not statistics, these are people. And basically it goes on, and I won't go into the rest of the students, but I will submit that for the record. Regardless of this fact, the President has already announced he would veto legislation, along with six other vetoes, to help restore hours and therefore wages for these hardworking students. Now, Kansans want solutions, and everybody in the country wants solutions. The 30-hour rule is clearly one of the more harmful provisions of Obamacare for many of our workers, and I hope the President will revisit his refusal to at least address it and work with us. President Doug Holtz-Eakin, Mr. President, a president I can work with. Mr. Eakin, can you share some thoughts on how this reduction in hours will hurt the student worker? Could we see more loans taken out, higher debt for students upon graduation?
Absolutely. As I noted in my testimony, there's an enormous amount of income at stake here. Moving from 40 to 29 hours is a big reduction, moving down to 20 even more. So you'll have to fill that resource hole one way or another. And for students, the most likely outcome is they'll borrow more.
I know research from the Hoover Institution has shown that women, younger workers, and workers without a college degree would be disproportionately affected by this 30-hour rule. Do you agree with that, and can you explain why that is?
I do agree with that, and that has simply a reflection of the composition of part-time work in America, and those are the groups that are most likely to be working part-time and the incomes that they make.
Well, we've talked a lot about the problem with the 30-hour full-time definition with Obamacare. I think another major problem for the job-based insurance is the health insurance tax. Is this tax, which is being passed through to small businesses in the form of higher premiums, also a factor in hiring full-time employees?
Absolutely. We've done a fair amount of work on the health insurance tax, and it has big impacts on premiums. Those premiums translate directly into costs for firms, and they cut back either pay increases for the workers they have or they don't hire as much. And we're seeing those impacts right now.
I appreciate your response. I yield back my time, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Baldwin.